What's up, guys? Welcome to the Stats Free Sports channel. Let's get right into it. Here to bring you my first ever official Heisman Watch List for the 2022 Heisman Trophy. Let's talk about it, man. So, I normally don't cover college football. As I said, my last college football video I did Saturday night. As I said in that video, I did two videos. One Georgia versus Tennessee, and I did a video basically saying Bo Nix is definitely in the Heisman Trophy mix now. It's stamped, it's official now. And I want to give out, I want to start doing more college football videos. I watch them every weekend. I don't know why I never did. I just stick to NBA, NFL normally. So, but I'm mixing a little more college here and there. The numbers were good on the videos. The feedback was pretty good as well. So I'm gonna give up my first ever Heisman watch list, and next year, I'm gonna do a little better job, a lot better job actually. Doing this earlier. This season's so late; it's already 3-4 games left in the season. So, but I'm gonna get on it next year. So let's get into it though. My first ever official Heisman watch list, and I'm gonna start here. So runners up, missing my top five is the running backs: Blake Corum, Chase Brown, Bijan Robinson. You can put them in any order you want to. They're all three right there. Pretty good backs. And I mentioned Blake Corum. I did a little simulated, just off the head, off the dome list in my Bo Nix video I did Saturday night. I did mention Blake Corum in my top five, but he just missed it. Actually looking at the tape, everyone's year so far, all three running backs, Chase Brown, like I said, Bijan Robinson, Blake Corum, they've been good. Very, 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 very good. But not enough to crack this top five. These quarterbacks have been balling out all year long. So I gotta give my running backs love. I used to play running back, so I love my running backs now. And I want to throw one on this list, but I can't this year, at least not right now. These quarterbacks have been balling out, right? So let's talk about it. My official list, let's get into it. So number five, we're gonna go with UNC's quarterback Drake Maye. He's been great. He's been great, man. I know it's Virginia. He put up a great game against Virginia this past weekend. Awesome game. And so far, his numbers are on par with the Sam Howell of UNC a couple years ago, which is great. So he's playing great. There's nothing else to say. He's playing fantastic. He cracks my top five and having a great year so far. I like him. I like what I'm seeing from him. So great from Drake Maye to crack my top five. Number four, you have CJ Stroud. I know he's low. I know. But that Northwestern game, I know the rain and weather was a factor, but just seeing him all year, he hasn't been quite himself. You know, and I'm a Bryce Young guy. I'm not gonna lie to you, but it's no bias. It might be, it might not. I don't think it is. I don't. If it is, I don't mean to be a bias, but I just don't think Stroud has been himself. He hasn't been on point as he was last year. Just to me personally, I don't know. Like I said, I don't think it's not purposeful bias. If it is, but he's on my list still. Bryce Young didn't, so I'm not being that biased if I am, but I don't think I am. CJ Stroud is number four. Couple great games here and there, but a couple dulls does as well. A couple dull moments, more than he did had last year. And I know they recovered. They haven't really missed a receiver that's out. I forgot his name. Forgot his name now, but he's going to be in this year's draft class. They haven't really missed him. They haven't skipped a beat. I'm not gonna lie there. They have played well without him, but Stroud just hasn't given me the same spark he was last year. And that's why he's number four for me in my personal list. If you disagree, let me know in the comment section down below. But CJ Stroud at four. I'm gonna stick with that. Number three, Caleb Williams. He's been amazing for USC. Lived up to the hype. A lot of USC fans were coming out early in the season. He had a couple dry spots. The offense wasn't moving as well as they thought. But so far the last couple games, the last handful of games, Caleb Williams has been great. He lived up to the hype. There's not much else to say there. He's just been outplayed by two other guys. Now, this one's gonna be controversial, maybe. My number two, number one. And I'm gonna go number two with Hendon Hooker. And I know, both Oregon, well, gave my number one pick away as well. Bo Nix being number one. Um, I know both Oregon and Tennessee has lost to Georgia, and I know Oregon got blown out. But the only difference is, and I've heard Bo Nix say this recently, if he played Georgia again, it will be a different matchup. Now, I do agree it'll be different. It won't be as bad, as lopsided. I think they're going to get punished again as well. But Tennessee's an SEC. They've been fantastic all year. Hendon Hooker has been fantastic all year. He did not live up to the billing of that matchup against Georgia. He did not look good at all. At all. Not just him, his whole team. But he just looked out of sorts. The whole team did, not gonna lie to you. But being a quarterback, being his age, and having the season he's been having so far, to run into Georgia like that and really put up no fight until the very end, and I just don't. It's a knock. It's a knock for me. As I said earlier, I think Oregon played Georgia week one. Like, come on now. You know what I'm saying? As a Pac-12 team, I didn't expect nothing from them anyway. But to get blown out like that, that's more of a week one thing. Early in the season, they weren't ready for the physicality, and I think they won't be ready in the playoffs either if they do face Georgia. They might be more ready, but they won't be ready enough to beat them, in my personal opinion. But I think they would play better later on the season. But Hooker had them later in the season. It's not like Hooker and Tennessee had no big games prior to this Georgia. They played Bama. They had a couple other scrappy games. So they should have been ready for this Georgia defense. And they were not. They definitely were not. They were too physical, too aggressive. And to say that about another SEC team and the way Hooker played, to me, is a knockdown. I don't know, I just don't know any other way to grade their performance. It's just bad all the way around. Bad all the way around, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. So that's my personal opinion on that. Like I said, if you disagree, let me know in the comment section down below. But I believe Hooker's had a fantastic year all year. Don't get me wrong. Great year. One of the best years a college football quarterback has ever had. Somewhere in that mix. But their performance was really disappointing. Really, really, really bad in my personal opinion. So let's get on to Bo Nix, why he's number one. Bo Nix is putting up record numbers, and he's leading the league, not league, he's leading the college football right now. He's top five in rushing touchdowns. He's also leading college football in total touchdowns and also in completion percentage. He might finish the year if he keeps going on pace he is now. He might finish the year with 50 plus touchdowns in total. He's having a great year. Not much to say. He might be hitting in Oregon right now. People might not see it as much. I see other people's lists, and they don't have him up there at all sometimes. They do mention him as being a runner-up, as being out of right there at number 6, number 7, but he should be, to me, in your top 3. I don't see how he's not in your top 3. I think he can cement. Excuse me. I think he can cement his victory with a victory, a great game over Utah coming up. I think in 2 weeks. So he plays Utah. If he plays a great game there and beats Utah, I think it's cemented. I think it's over. The race might be canceled after that, but we'll see. It's 4 weeks left, 3 weeks left. Plus, you have the conference title games and all that stuff. So we'll see what happens on all that stuff. But right now, my favorite going into the rest of the year is Bo Nix. He has the more favorable schedule. He has a tough team left in Utah that will push him. And if he get past, like I said, if he gets past Utah, I think he has Washington this year, this week, and then he has Utah the week after that. If he can get past Utah with a great game, and he gets over 50 touchdowns, or right at 50 plus touchdowns, I think it's a wrap. I think this game against Georgia really hurt Hooker, and with Oregon playing them so early, that gives them a pass. It's not like Hooker, as I keep saying, Tennessee had games before this. They had Bama before this. Tough game, very great game to watch. So there should have been no reason why they couldn't pick up to another playoff atmosphere type game versus Georgia. And they just got stomped. They really got. I watched every second of that game. They just got stomped. It rained. The weather really got not bad, but a little worse. Like late third, early fourth quarter. Game was already over. It was already over, guys. So Hooker having a great season so far, but that hiccup game versus Georgia was a big hiccup prime time game. Like, come on, you can't do that versus Georgia. You can't not that bad. He was terrible. Offense line was terrible. The whole team defense was they were getting lit up. Stetson Bennett had no problem. And I want to shout out Stetson Bennett too. I did mention him in my other video. He didn't quite make it. His numbers aren't there, but he's a very great college quarterback. He's a great game manager. But he's not enough to me. If you want to put him in the top five, maybe 5 or 4, you can push out Drake Maye. He might can get it next week and push out Drake Maye. We'll see what both of those guys do. But right now, it's just not enough. He's playing well. Had a great game against Tennessee, but he's not overly fantastic enough for me to put him on my top 5 list. But I should have mentioned him earlier with the running backs because Bennett is right there. This team is undefeated. They are the best team in college football in my personal opinion, and he's right there, right behind them, and right behind these top 5 quarterbacks. He's right behind them in his contribution to his undefeated team. So Bennett, I should have mentioned him earlier, but so that's what it is, guys. My top 5 is Drake Maye, C.J. Stroud, Caleb Williams, Hendon Hooker, and Bo Nixon number 1. Comment down below, man. If you disagree, you agree, let me know what's up. This is my video. I will see you guys next time.